Can the U.S. national team win the Champions League? This is the best squad of players from the United States. They have a lot of high potential players, so they might do it in a few seasons. And the team we're going to be using for this experiment is LAFC. Season 1. In the first seasons, Jesus Ferreira scored the most goals with 22. In the Carabao Cup, the United States got knocked out in the third round to Chelsea, and in the FA Cup they went out to Wolves in the fourth round. And in the Premier League they got a decent finish at 7th place, which means that they will play Conference League next season. To end off the season, they didn't do very well in the Champions League, where they only managed to obtain 4 points, finishing last in their group. Season 2. This season went better than the last one, with Ferreira becoming the top goal scorer once again, with him picking up 35 goals for the season. In the Carabao Cup, the US national team got to the semi-finals, where they lost to Manchester City, and they managed to win their first trophy with a 4-0 win against Liverpool in the FA Cup final. This season's results for the Yanks in the Premier League were extraordinary, with them securing a second place in the Champions League for the next season. In the Conference League, which they qualified last season for, they got all the way to the final, but unfortunately they lost the trophy to Fiorentina. Season 3. For the third season, the US didn't do as well as last season in the English Cups. In the Carabao Cup they lost to Crystal Palace on penalties in the quarterfinals, and in the FA Cup they only got to the 5th round, with Chelsea getting the upper hand on them. In the Community Shield they lost the trophy to Manchester City. This season's results in the Premier League weren't as good as the last one, but they were still okay. The bad side is that they won't qualify for the Champions League next season, but oh my goodness, those results don't matter, because the US national team have somehow managed to pull off a miracle, demolishing Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final, which means they have completed the objective. This is the final team which have somehow managed to win the Champions League, with the attack being amazing, which must have massively helped them to secure the Champions League trophy.